Alright, ya magnificent bastards, gather round, because today we're throwing another Star Wars contender into the meat grinder, that is, the 40k Galaxy. The question, simple, but the answer, absolute madness. Could the Old Republic, the golden age of Star Wars, survive the Grimdark nightmare of the 41st millennia? Now I know what you're thinking. Mate, the Old Republic, that's thousands of Jedi, endless fleets, and Revan being a smug bastard. Surely they've got a chance. Well, maybe, but then you remember, this is 40k, where hope itself is a war crime. Now, before we dive in, do me a solid. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and ring the motherfucking bell. Because we're marching to 1,000 subscribers. So grab your hammerhead and your whiskey, and let's dive in. So for those of you who don't know, or need a refresher, the Old Republic was Star Wars at its absolute peak. Thousands of years before the Skywalker family started shagging up the timeline. This wasn't some rickety falling apart government like the prequels Republic. Nah, this was a full fat golden age beast. Politically, tens of thousands of systems under one senate that actually, for once, worked. Militarily, fleets of hammerhead cruisers, interdictors, and dreadnoughts spread across the galaxy. And of course, the big cheese, the Jedi Order at the height of its numbers. We're talking hundreds of thousands of space monks with lightsabers, battle meditation, and just enough smugness to make them want you to punch them in the face. At their peak, the Republic had heroes like Revan, the tactical god Mirtra Surik, the exile-turned-war saint, and Bastila Shan, who basically has a force power buff aura that can sway entire wars. It's the closest Star Wars ever gets to a full united superpower. Now, lads, let's talk about the galaxy where they're getting dropped into. The absolute bastard factory that is the 40k Galaxy. This isn't a nice balanced setting with good guys and bad guys. Nah, 40k is a galaxy-wide piss-up where every single faction is either genocidal, insane, starving for resources, or worships gods that will literally eat your soul. There is no peace, there is no rest. The closest thing to a holiday is being vaporized instantly instead of spending 5 years being tortured in the warp. It's a place where a single planet can be torched to glass because someone sneezed wrong, where technology is either ancient and half forgotten or so advanced it looks like magic, and where every single faction would rather burn the galaxy to ash than let someone else have it. You've got humanity clinging to the crumbling Imperium, alien hordes that eat worlds whole, green bastards who fight for fun, and literal gods of chaos that whisper into your ear until you're stabbing your mate in the name of eternal damnation. So the Republic isn't walking into a war, it's walking into a never-ending nightmare buffet. And now they're the main course. So picture this, lads. The Old Republic, at its absolute height of its power, Coruscant shining like a jewel, fleets of hammerheads and interceptors stretching from one end of the galaxy to the other, the Jedi acting like smug space monks with glow sticks. It's the peak. Nothing looks like it can touch them. Then bang! Hyperspace throws a tantrum. Maybe it's a Rakata tech. Maybe it's some smug Republic scientist who went too far. Maybe the Force just shat the bed. Whatever it was, a whole chunk of the Republic, Coruscant, fleets, Jedi, the bloody Orks, gets ripped out of their galaxy and spat into 40k's Milky Way. They open their eyes, and what do they see? A galaxy that would make the Clone Wars look like a fucking pillow fight. The Jedi, bless their hearts, say peace is possible here. The Senate schedule endless debates, waving their arms around like they matter. Meanwhile, the Imperium take one look at these psychic weirdos waving lightsabers around and says the only word it knows: heresy! Before the Republic can even launch a diplomatic envoy, an exterminatus shot is screaming towards Coruscant. No handshake, no negotiation, just planetary scale annihilation as a greeting card. And from that moment on, the old Republic is fucking screwed. The Republic's navy has speed and coordination. Their hammerheads intercept then dart rings around lumbering Imperial battleships. The Jedi battle meditation pushes their fleets to early victories. And the hyperspace travel lets them outflank Gothic fleets. At first, it looks like they might stand a chance. But the Imperium doesn't do half measures. It comes out with Retribution-class battleships, Titan legions, and Inquisitions declared the Jedi to be warp spawn witches. The Republic can win battles, aye, but the Imperium wins wars through throwing away planets like it's loose change. The Orks notice them. The Jedi are the ultimate boss fight. Shiny sword-wielding magic powers. Perfect! They descend on the Republic, screaming, "Wah!" loud enough to rattle Senate windows. Every Republic victory just attracts more greenskins until entire sectors are drowning in Daka and Choppa. Then the Tyranids arrive. To them, the core worlds are an all-you-can-eat buffet. Coruscant is stripped of its glimmering towers, and Senate chambers echo with the roars of carnifexes. And Jedi temples are overrun by gaunts swarming like locusts. The Jedi cut down hundreds, but when there's thousands of Orks, or the thousands of Hormagaunts barreling in, even Yoda's Force Ghost is packing his bags. Here's the real horror. The Force in 40k isn't the calm, mystical feel the Jedi think it is. It's just the warp wearing a funny hat. Which means every single Jedi is basically a big neon sign saying, "Oi, demons, possess me!" Bastila Shan's battle meditation gets hijacked by Zinch. Revan whispers, gets sent to tempt him. Then he gets dragged into corruption faster than you can say, "Sith Lord round 2. Half the Jedi fall to chaos. The other half scream as demons claw out their eye sockets. The Order doesn't crumble, it implodes, turning inside out until the galaxy is full of demon Jedi leading warbands of corrupted armies and Sith pretenders. By now, the Republic is fighting on 5 fronts. The Imperium, the Orks, the Tyranids, Chaos, and their own imploding Senates. They're bleeding from every angle, their fleets shattered, their worlds overrun, their Jedi either corrupted or dead, and the galaxy doesn't even notice. It's just a Tuesday in 40k. So could the old Republic survive? Not a chance. They get absolutely fucking destroyed. The Senate collapsed in a storm of chaos, corruption, and Orc axes. Coruscant itself burns, first bombed by the Imperium, then stripped by Tyranids, then finally left as a demon-infested ruin. Democracy dies not with a thunderous applause, but with the sound of exterminatus torpedoes hitting home. The fleet's gone. Sleek hammerheads turned into Orc scrap or Tyranid biomass. Fast hyperspace travel means nothing when the warp itself wants to eat your face. The Jedi, obliterated. Every last one either possessed, corrupted, or carved apart as witches by the Inquisition. Revan doesn't save the Republic. He becomes a Chaos Champion, a trophy of the Dark Gods. The Republic doesn't just lose, it ceases to exist. The 40k galaxy chews it up and spits out its bones, and keeps on fighting like nothing happened. The old Republic came in thinking it could bring peace. Instead, it was just one more corpse to add to the mountain. So there you have it, folks. The old Republic doesn't just lose in 40k, it gets utterly fucking annihilated. The Senate burns, Coruscant strips, and fleets are scrapped. The Jedi are either demons or Chaos's new plaything. They came in thinking they could bring peace. Instead, they got blended into pace. So what do you think? Would the Republic even last a century? Or would they be lucky enough to make it to Tuesday before the Imperium, Orks, Tyranids, and Chaos all took turns kicking its arse? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, democracy dies screaming. The Force is just the Warp laughing at you. And if you see a green skin yelling, "Wah!" in your direction, drop your lightsaber. I like it. Now have a killing day, you bloody legends, and I'll see ya in the next one.